Welcome to the Monday Kickoff, everyone. I'm a bit late with today's news. As usual, every single Monday we have a video where we're kind of like planning ahead the entire week. Now we have quite a few things happening. Plarium actually teased a new 7-day login champion, something that everybody will be able to get. Now we're not 100% sure in how long the event is going to start, but assuming that they've teased it already, most probably it's going to happen this week or next week. Now we have a couple of different things happening as well. Tomorrow we have clan versus clan, guys. This time around is not featuring personal rewards, and if we're quickly going to check what we're getting from here, we're getting speed gear, we're getting immunity, and the rest of the rewards seem to be pretty standard, nothing crazy, and it's the same for pretty much all of the tiers, you know. Then we have, of course, summoning events. Whenever we have a CVC, we have some summoning events with them, and we have quite a few different champions, but we're going to get to that in just a second. I'm quickly going to put it on the screen if you want to see the champions. Then we're quickly going to discuss a bit about them. So here are the champions for you guys to have a look. The next thing that I want to talk about first is the new 7-day login champion. So they actually teased this on their socials, right? Though the Arbiter charged her with cataloging the countless shards hidden across Teleria, Chronicler Adeline is no mere paper pusher. She does not shy away from battle, and her magical prowess is more than enough to challenge the fiercest servants of Shadow. So yeah, looking forward. Then they actually wrote a message. Everyone will get a chance to recruit this champion soon. Don't miss yours out. So make sure you guys are going to log in. We don't know exactly what the champion can do just yet, but let's have a quick look at their teaser. She looks pretty cool, right? I like the design a lot. Probably she's gonna be a Bannerlord or a Sacred Order by the looks of it, one or the other. Now, how powerful she will be, I have no idea. Hopefully, she's going to be solid, something that's going to help every single account out there. And while you are at this, guys, if you haven't followed my Twitter just yet, at Skratch Plays, head over and drop a follow in there. We're posting all sorts of different things related to IRL gaming. Sometimes we're hosting giveaways and stuff. So why not? Let me just do my own plugin in there. Heading back to the game, guys. So how I mentioned, the fusion is currently going on at the moment. We have quite a few different events happening. At the moment, we have the artifact enhancement that will end. We have the dungeon diver that started today. And today, out of nowhere, we actually got a Sand Devils tournament too. We have the Spider tournament, the Classic Arena takedown, which ends as well. Nothing else out of the ordinary planned for this week in terms of events. If we are actually checking the calendar right here, we don't see to have anything very interesting. Now, right here from Wednesday the 10th till Saturday, we have a Drop Fever for our Artifacts event. Then we have the Dragon Tournament, just the classic things that were already announced for the Fusion. If we are looking to see if anything else interesting appears in here, it doesn't seem to. Just another Drop Fever artifact event. So I'm not sure if these were announced already and maybe I missed it. I don't think they were actually announced. Now, for the weekend, Friday, we have the Summon Rush event. And how I mentioned before, I think it's going to be a guaranteed legendary event for Ancient Shards. Now, I might be wrong on it. It's just a good hunch in here, and probably is going to be on one of the new champions that we're actually going to mention in today's video, because he is on the 15x progressive chance tomorrow, guys. So this Tuesday, April 9, they're planning to launch a progressive chance event, giving you a 15x chance to summon the following champions from Ancient Primal Sacred Voids. And I'm talking about Otorian, Wallmaster, or Wallet Master Otorian. He's actually pretty nice. I like him. I think he's very, very solid. Enemy max HP, a double hitter with a block buffs and decrease attack. He's going to be a massive powerhouse for Hydra Clan Boss for 99.99% out of you guys. It's just going to be absolutely insane. Now, if you're a Tranda abuser and you're the biggest Kraken, probably you're not going to need him because you're already using Garrel and other OP mythical champions. But for the rest of us out there, you know, he's actually going to be pretty damn solid. With the A1, again, an AoE attack, which I really, really like. He's gaining a lot of turn meter with the A1, with the A2. And then with the A3, he buffs himself with increased attack, increased accuracy, increased speed, and grants an extra turn. This makes him a pretty solid mischief target if you're not bringing another champion that will give you all these buffs. His passive, again, not bad. Increases this champion's max HP by 20% for each enemy killed or Hydra head decapitated by this champion. So he's basically going to stack another 50,000 HP on top of what he already has, which will make him fairly tanky, right? So definitely a pretty interesting one. Now, they might be baiting and do a 15x on him now, you know, but I would strongly suggest you, is a risk for it not to happen, you know. I'm not 100% sure that it will be a guaranteed, but is a risk for it to miss out on the 15x. Big deal, honestly, right? Then we have Kandra phone. Now, Candy, he's still a good nuker. I don't think he's really meta at all, honestly. I haven't fought a Kandra phone either in high platinum arena or live arena or even tag team arena in a very, very long time. Maybe in tag team arena, 1 or 2 here, you know. He's not as great anymore. He still hits very hard with the A1. He buffs himself. He has a nice survivability. That's what made Kandra phone special, you know. But even though he's not being used so much in the current meta, I still think he's a pretty decent champion, you know. Then we have Rotos, the Lost Groom. Now, I would love 3 more of these bad boy, and then maybe 5 more, so I have 2 plus 4s. I'm just joking. I'm not even asking for much, right? I only summoned 2 in my entire raid career here, and I have my Rotos at +1. I would definitely love another one. Just to make the other one +2 to gain the speed is a massive advantage, you know. So he's very, very powerful. You guys know Rotos. I don't even need to talk about him. Very solid on a Merciless set, very solid on Savage, very solid on Lethal, and combined with a different set, but I don't really need to say much about him. He's absolutely a monster, and whenever you think he's going away out of the meta because you have UDK, you can bring in the Monkey King. Now you can bring in Armans and completely drop that UDK and make Rotos super viable. I'm actually going to make a video on him pretty soon because I haven't done one in ages. Then going back to Demon Spawns, we have Lord Shazar. Bombs, unfortunately, just suck, guys, in the higher end arena. In the lower tier arena, you're going to be absolutely fine, and bombs are actually super strong against Stone Skin. So if you're not worried about Polymorph, then yeah, he's very solid. I used to run Lord Shazar in my arena team. If you guys used to watch my Platinum Arena reset videos, like probably a year and a half ago, something like that, he used to be the GOAT. You have the speed aura, you have the increased attack, you can detonate the bombs on the enemy when you crit. It was massive, you know, like he was doing very good damage. And since he got a buff on the multipliers, he's actually even better. The only problem is that it's very risky against Polymorph in the higher end arena. But for the lower tier of arena, he's actually solid. Then we have Georgid the Breaker. Yeah, 4 more copies would be ideal for my account, so I can make a +4. I have 1 Georgid, I summoned 1 once, and that's about it. Still one of the hardest hitting skills in the game, and the good part is that he ignores everything known to humankind, okay? He literally ignores everything. He even ignores sarcasm and bad jokes, you know? That's how strong Georgid is. Then the AoE, he has this passive that sometimes can let you down, though, you know? So Georgid is still very strong. I gotta say one thing, I haven't encountered him in live arena a lot recently, and I feel like the mythicals are really replacing all these older champions, you know, especially for live arena. But for classic arena, for platinum arena, him and King Narcissus are probably the 2 most used offense champions in today's meta. Super strong. Then we have Constantine the Dayborn. Look, I don't wanna diss Constantine. I wouldn't like to summon one, okay? So the thing with him, everything is conditional about his damage. He could potentially hit pretty hard. He could be pretty nice to block the revive and stuff. The only problem is that this is conditional, you know? If this condition would not be here, he would be nice. So I do hope that in the future he will get a buff and he will become a bit more useful, because right now he's just not there, you know? He's just not there, and I would take Little Miss Annie over him any day. I would take Queen Eva any day over Constantine the Dayborn, you know. But if you summon him and you really need a nuker, he's definitely not the worst. He can hit pretty hard, especially if you are able to take any of these debuffs to the team, you know. And if you can pair him with Vlad, it's gonna be even better. Then on Wednesday, guys, they have different champions. We're going to start directly with My Salad, Mashaled. He's still very, very nice. He's an awesome champion. There's a lot of things. Fear. He puts continuous heal on himself. He removes buffs. He deals a lot of damage. He puts leech, increased speed, increased crit damage on all allies. Attack aura for dungeons. The A1 can be AoE too. And he can do a lot of damage in Hydra. He can still be a very, very useful fella, you know. Then we have Rasle, aka Bugs Bunny. Still a nice champion. He was a fusion actually, and yeah, I feel like a lot of people underestimated his potential early on, but he's actually very nice. Crazy damage in Hydra, good for the Fire Knight, good in general for Doom Tower, good for many, many different things. Speed aura for all battles. You have an AoE attack with a leech right here. You have an AoE again with increased speed and increased accuracy, and you have a triple hitter on the A1, giving him Termiter. And then he has this very interesting passive, you know, increases the speed on him, you know, which is pretty interesting. Each speed buff placed by the champion increases this champion's speed by 5. And when you're constantly buffing your team, is actually going to stack very, very quick. Then we have Gwindel. If we are here, let's talk about her too. She was guaranteed in a deck of Fate. I still haven't summoned mine, actually. She can do a good job in Hydra. Recently, I actually have a buddy of mine who messaged me to show me that Gwindel did a pretty good job for him on Nightmare on Hydra. Actually, it took him to 1 billion damage, of course, together with other champions. But Gwindel was part of the team. Triple hitter. It's kind of like a Vizier. Then you have decreased speed. You have Leech, decreased accuracy. Attacks all enemies, increases accuracy. You put a block debuffs on all enemies. You have a chance to steal actually all block debuffs from the enemies, and then you put an immunity on your team. You know. It's not a bad champion, and for a guaranteed, she was actually pretty nice. She can do a lot of work on a lot of accounts. Then we have Wither the Crowned. This was the only champion that I actually went for as a guaranteed, and I went and I bought Sacred Shards. Okay, Wither the Crown just got me when she was introduced. She was really strong for Arena, and I was like, you know what? Yes, I'm going to open my wallet, dive into it, and get my Wither the Crowned. And right now I am using her in the Shogun. She's very, very nice in there because she only attacks with A1 AoE. This doesn't attack, but it buffs and gives healing. This doesn't attack, but it cleanses and gives healing. Very, very nice. So she's amazing for the Shogun dungeon. She has the highest crit damage in the team. So she's doing an amazing, amazing job. Not to mention, she's super impactful, guys, for pretty much any area as a support character. A very nice addition to the game. Then we have Vlad the Nightborn. So yeah, Vlad, he's not as bad as wait, did I click on the wrong faction? Vlad, he's not as bad as his brother, you know. Vlad used to be the worst version out of the two of them, but since then he got a bit of a rework, a buff, and Vlad is actually at a very decent place right now. You have a attacks one enemy, you have an AoE with a chance to land Leech, with a chance to steal Termiter, you have an AoE with defense down, block active skills, places a veil on himself. He has this interesting passive that interacts even better when Constantine is in the team, and crit rate for all battles, you know. It was a past fusion as well. He was, I think, the second Void fusion we ever had in the game, but I might be wrong on it. Either way, it wasn't very well received, but since then they definitely improved the character quite a bit. So he's not too shabby. Then we have Intbladwin. Now, look, I asked you the other day, like, change my mind. Queen Eva is the best revive on that, the best block revive champion. Sorry. A lot of people said Intbladwin is better because of the passive. Like, I'm not going to deny the passive is nice, but the rest of the kit is weak sauce, guys. This champion needs a buff on the multipliers. This champion needs the Queen Eva treatment. This champion needs the treatment of Baron, right? That's what we need from Intbladwin. And let's be honest, we are in a meta of stall teams, in a meta that makes our life pretty difficult to farm them. And constantly reviving and stuff I feel like we had enough of it. We need a stronger meta where we can block revive, we can actually hurt the enemy, you know, and make him think a bit better when he's doing his strategy and he's using better teams. So I am having very high hopes that Intbladwin will be getting a bit of a buff in the near future. I think he needs it, you know, I just think he needs it. He's just not strong enough. And he looks amazing. Look at him. He looks like a freaking monster with that axe. Guys, that's everything for the 15x progressive chance for this CVC. How you may notice, we have no epic champions whatsoever. Now, another thing that I do want to mention, make sure you guys are doing your clan quests. I think I still have some that I might need to do. Yes, I do. So we gotta go and do the golem later on. And if you guys haven't purchased the things from the clan shop, head over and purchase them. I'm actually gonna have to purchase the accessories myself because the weekly reset is almost here. And yes, looking forward to the new 7-day login champion. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What do you think that champion will be? You think she will be a support? She looks like a support, right? Or she might be a damage dealer because that's what they kind of like described in there. She's not scared of smacking some enemies around. But either way, that's what we have planned for this week. Nothing else that we are aware of, guys. Appreciate every single one of you guys watching. Much love, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.